Okay, we have to make sure that he's off, or else the YouTube bots will tell us that we did something. Okay. Woo! That was a close one, you guys. Hey, everybody. This is Matt at Texas Toast Guitars, and Chris is about to come here. Mrs. Toast says this is a real working wood shop where hairy boys make
dirty work.
Do dirty work. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for what?
Hairy boys?
You're the fuzzy face.
You're getting shorter, dude.
Damn it. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. We're ready to start the show.
It's already started.
Why don't you just... come on, man. This dumb chair.
I'm not swapping out my good chair because you got a dumb chair. I've been telling you for a year that chair is dumb.
Yeah.
That chair does have hydraulic issues.
Okay. Now we've got the chairs are all set. I've got my props. Chris is to my left, your right. Mrs. Toast is behind the camera because that's where she wants to be. And I have a cool, thirst-quenching Coors Light because it's hot here in the shop. You know, it snowed this week.
For 2 days, it's snowed.
Yeah, and now it's 90 degrees. So welcome to Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm. Soon the polar bears will be here.
Do you remember when we would get that in one day?
Yeah. Okay. Brad sent me a thing that he has a new shirt on his Teespring page. And it says, release the cavalcade of bozos.
Nice.
So if you guys want a super cool shirt, we should probably get one that says Wonder Bread going. I think Mrs. Toast has been working on it, or actually has finished it.
I did.
So yeah.
It doesn't say Wonder Bread.
No, but it could.
No.
It can't. Okay, there you go. Guys, today our show is brought to you by the good people at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Check them out, Ike and Dylan and all the other guys over there who I can't remember their names. Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. If you're going to buy some guitar stuff, do me a favor, buy it from them. Okay? They support the show. And if you act now, Ike will personally put one of these great American guitar store stickers in the box of whatever you buy. Picks, you get a sticker. $30,000 Dumble amp, you get a sticker.
Maybe
Same
two.
idea.
Maybe you'll get two.
Yeah, whatever, yeah. And they don't have any $30,000 Dumbles just sitting around.
So no, you're just going to get one sticker.
Yeah. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm good.
What's been going on?
Remember how last week we were doing lots of painting, lots of clear coating?
Boy, do I.
This week, I did lots and lots of wet sanding and buffing and a little bit of assembly.
Okay.
So we might actually have some stuff to show off again pretty soon.
I'm looking forward to this Friday's reveal. I think it should be lots and lots of fun.
Yep.
So, guys, if you've been wondering where are the reveals, wonder no more. There's one coming this Friday. Maybe it's going to be a special reveal, actually, right? You think you've got kind of a big one, a big reveal coming up? Yeah.
A very special reveal.
Chris falls in love.
Matt lets the shop know of his condition. Matt has news for the shop.
Okay. So what is this? What's this event called? What's this one called? Sunday. Guys, thanks for joining us, too. I really love Sundays because I get to hang out with you guys at home.
What's next for Texas Toast Guitars?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Our favorite Cheap Trick songs.
Oh, also a good one.
And also that thing we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, so Mrs. Toast is monitoring questions. I've got my phone up here too, and so I can see some questions, but I have to, do this. But sometimes Mrs. Toast has stuff that she wants to do, so you know how it goes. Anyway, so what is next for Texas Toast Guitars? Do you think, Chris?
I hope that title didn't just mean what are we working on right this second.
No, it's a bigger picture kind of thing.
It could be several steps away. You could be reaching for the step right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, what it is some of the things that are coming up in a day, a week, a weekday, a month, and even in 2021, I've got some stuff that's, I was working on the website last night. This is the part where someone goes, your website is not very good. You should have some. I get it. I think the website's fine. What's wrong with the website?
Looks like a website from 10 years ago.
Oh, that guy was great. Yeah. So anyway, guys, if you haven't been to the website, it's easy to get to, TexasToastGuitars.com. And there's lots of stuff up there. There's the gallery of guitars. There's all the custom things that we do and some of the standard things that we do. There's a wildly hilarious blog that I am the only one who reads. And what else? Oh yeah, there's all the class schedule and everything that you can get from your good buddies at Texas Toast Guitars. And I worked on that last night because people are like, "Hey, when are more classes going to get added? Hey, when are they?" And actually, it wasn't like that. It was, "Hey, when are the classes going to get added?" Or, "Hey, when are you going to do more online stuff?" And so I thought, okay, I know I need to do it, but we had to wait a little while because we had to re-up with the landlord here in the shop. You know what I mean? So sometimes that's, what you got to do.
Which doesn't seem like a big deal, probably, to everybody, but it's a big deal to us.
Big deal to us, yeah.
Because a year ago we said, we'll sign a year-long lease, and we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully we can make it a year.
Yeah, yeah.
And here we are.
And we did. So thanks to everybody for helping us out.
And possibly expanding?
Well, that's right. You never can tell. For everybody who has been here during the weekdays, you know that from 9:30 to 10:30, all I want to do is Zumba, Zumba, and a boom boomba. And that's over, like coming up very soon. Zumba will no longer be next door. Now, I'm sure they'll be here for a little while, but unless a new Zumba moves in. But we're sort of like in the middle of Zumba. We're very Zumba centric in this neighborhood.
Yes.
How many Zumbas are there?
Well, there's this one. There's one over at Electric City. There's one over by the donut place and Valenti's. There's probably half a dozen Zumbas in half a mile radius.
That's weird to me.
Right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, there is Zumba all over the place. And I guess so Zumba's really popular. I don't know Zumba. But we're trying to see if we can, we're thinking about expanding into Maggie's space. She's the hula hoop lady.
Flaming hula hoops.
Yes. Now, she does sometimes do that. We've heard. We have never seen it. But what would have to happen is Maggie would need to move out of her space into the Zumba space. And then we could potentially glom our shop into her industrial space, which I don't know. What do you think? That could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something that's on the horizon. We're not sure how that's going to work yet, but we'll know a little bit more as the weeks go on. But I would be willing to bet you that for the next class, which is coming up in October, you won't have to listen to Zumba in the morning, or you'll have to listen to Zumba all day. I don't know. I hope not. Maybe they'll have hot yoga over there. I don't know what they'll have.
Hot yogurt?
Hot yogurt. Yeah.
So Tony Drezjak said that your website is vintage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the guy who does it, so I don't know how to make a website.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's not a put down. It's vintage. It
Oh,
goes
okay.
with the whole vintage tool.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that out of date.
I don't know. I don't know what.
It's not scrolling pages of.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to make a website or what makes a website current, or I don't know, and I can't afford to. If you guys want to start paying $3,500 for every guitar that we have, I would love to do that. Then I could afford to have someone make a super awesome interactive website that comes over and sucks you off. Does that what they do? Mine doesn't do that.
I don't.
So yeah.
The website does that?
I know ours doesn't do that.
I don't know any website that actually sells that.
I don't know that.
And people pay for that exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
Just
you need a website. I don't know that you need
to get
the
sucked
be-all,
off.
end-all website.
You know who wants you to have be-all, end-all websites?
Webmasters?
Guys who
make
websites.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, who's that? Tony said that?
Yeah.
Tony, I hope that you like our website even though it's vintage. So
I think you're taking it wrong.
no, I'm not taking it anyway. I don't know what to. Yeah. How do you make a website do that other thing I talked about?
I don't know. It's coming though.
I don't know either.
Someday.
Well, anyway, if you go to my old school website, there is a under the classes menu. There are some online classes and there are some come to the shop classes. Let's talk a little bit about the online classes that are
Okay.
coming up first.
Alrighty.
I don't remember what days they are, so work with me here. But the first one is in October, and I think it's the first Thursday of every month for October, November, December. I
Which
think is how that's
I
worked out.
think so.
Okay.
Yes.
So the very first one is templates.
Mm-hmm.
How to buy them, how to make them, how to design them, how to modify them, and what to do with them once you got them. Right? So
Yep.
the very first online training thing that we're going to do is for templates. And so I have some templates here that I got from our friends over at guitartemplates.com. And this is for a Strat. And here's the neck that goes with it. So we're going to show you what we do with templates as soon as we get them. And what I would really like to have happen is to have them send us a new set of templates and we'll do an unboxing. Or we can put these in a box. And yeah, and we can unbox them for you. And so everything that you get, and what do you do with it once you have it? And how do you keep them nice? You could have something nice.
Maybe.
So this is a regular Strat, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's got the regular Strat pickup things and regular Strat trim. And what happens if you, for example, what happens if you get a Strat template and you go, oh, I want to have it be, I don't want to have a pick guard. What do you have to do? Buy an all new set of templates? No, we're going to show you how to modify templates with other stuff that you got. Or what if you said, I want to have, I don't want to have a pick guard and I want 2 humbuckers. Well, we're going to show you how you can take, like say another template that you might have, or maybe you just have the humbucker whole and make a template for a Strat with a humbucker, or maybe you wanted one with a Floyd Rose, a super Strat. So what?
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Yeah,
with you.
no, you're just like you're.
Maybe you wanna. Maybe you wanna modern with the Telecaster.
Maybe you want a Strato
Hardware.
V.
Yeah.
Maybe you
hey,
want
I don't know.
You want this bag of broken glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you want a guitar that looks like this.
Full name is
You don't know what you want, right? Hey,
Johnny
you might want this. Hey, yeah. So that's
Johnny Switchblade Action Punk.
what do you think some good things to talk about with templates are, Chris? There's one obvious one.
What is it?
Well, it's how do you keep them looking
Oh,
like this, and we're going to talk about making, using this as a master and making like the working templates.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we've had a lot of requests for that kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like how you use just a regular plunge router if you don't have if you don't happen to have a pin router in your shop. Was there a super chat that we missed, love?
Oh yeah, Doug Santaniello
Hey, Doug.
wanted to start off kick off the beer fund.
God bless you,
Thank
Doug. I hope that Doug is doing well. Doug won a guitar.
He did.
In an auction. That's very cool.
It is cool.
From something that we're not going to talk about, but yeah. We're just kind of, it's not that we don't have fun talking about it. It's just kind of, we're ready to move forward with what Texas Toast is going to do next.
That's right.
Not what we did already.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we fixing to do?
Yeah.
So.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow's history.
4-neck guitar.
No,
coming
no,
up.
yesterday's a mystery. Tomorrow, no, yesterday's history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Yeah. What?
4-neck guitar.
You know,
Starting tomorrow.
we're about to get to this topic, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna
Okay.
save what I was gonna tell you.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we all know what we did, and everybody else did, and what some people are still doing because that's still going on. We'll probably talk about that more down the line. But today we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do, not what we already did.
Yep. So first class is template making.
Template making.
Cool.
I think the next class is fretwork. How to press them in, how to level them, how to dress them, how to polish them, how to buff them, how to chamfer the ends, how to undercut stuff. A real deep dive. Oh, by the way, guys, these online classes are not like a 10-minute video like we already have on YouTube. They're really a deep dive into, like how this stuff works. So this is an actual class. So it's probably going to be about 2 hours.
They're usually about 2 hours.
Yeah.
They're interactive, so you can ask questions as
Yep.
we go.
Yep.
We try and pay attention to, like, if you want to see something that a different angle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can move the camera around, and they're always really a lot of fun. I think the
Yeah.
template one's going to be really fun. People are gonna. I mean, I love templates.
Well, yeah,
And-
you can see people have commented on that. I like that the templates are on display.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, even if the only thing you end up using on something like this is the humbuckers, you still need humbucker hole
Yep.
routes. And you don't want to make it look like you chopped it out with a
No.
knife and a fork.
And you guys have seen plenty of that.
Yeah, so
Sometimes during the actual classes where people come here and build their own guitar, I'll sort of do a thing where I'll draw a strat on a blank, and then I'll kind of start manipulating it so that it's roughly the size of a guitar, but still has some custom unique things. So that's
Yeah.
another cool thing that you can do with templates.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to templates. I'm looking forward to fretwork because that's another one that always comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Fretwork and the differences between fret wires and the differences between fret cutting tools and stainless versus nickel and cryo wire and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and some tools that you will need to buy that are kind of fret specific, and some that you can make yourself. So yeah, templates is going to be another one of those things too, where I'm really looking forward to having some classes where we can use tools that maybe are easy to get or everybody is more likely to have.
Are these like individual day classes, or is this like a week-long class?
No,
or-
these are one-day classes. They're at 5 o'clock on Thursdays. Like I said, I think the first Thursday of October, November, and December. First Thursday, except for the one in December. I'm getting to that. But October and November is the first Thursday of the month. Couple hours starting at 5 Mountain Time. We came up with that idea at the last online training class, which was Thursday.
This last Thursday.
Just a few days ago. Mike Learn and his wife Diana came to the shop, and they did some really, really cool stuff. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it was called Hot Rod Pinstriping and Gold Leaf Techniques with Mike Learn. Now, I'm sure lots of people know how to do hot rod pinstriping and gold leafing. One of the best in the industry happens to live 20 minutes from us, and we know him well enough that we were able to bribe him with pizza and beer and money to come and put on this class for us. Should we show one of the things that Mike did?
Sure, if you want to.
Can we show the prostitute?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but one of the things that you can check out in the online training is our archived video section. And the class that we did with Mike Learn, for example, is one of the archived videos. And this is the guitar that Mike did just the other day in the hot rod pinstriping and gold leaf. As you can see, it's got gold leaf and pinstriping. This is the guitar that I've been calling the prostitute because that's a funny name.
And this guitar is going to get cleared next. That's why it's all scuffed.
That's why it's all scuffy. Yeah, we
Yeah, I
inadvertently
bumped
bonked one of the other
Yeah.
guitars. So that's kind of a bummer of having a bunch of
Yep.
guitars up here.
But anyway.
But anyway, so this is so Chris, tell us about what you did with this guitar on the back and then the front, and then we'll talk about what Mike did. How about that?
Sure. So the back's just a pretty traditional tobacco sunburst.
Oh, I don't think there's anything
Well, as far
ordinary traditional
well,
about that.
maybe
That's
it's
cool.
our traditional.
Mhm.
We do this finish a lot, and I love to sunburst necks.
Hey! Actually, let's talk about
Then on the front.
Hold on, flip to the back again, guys. If you have lots of templates, you can mix and match. See this and this here. So yeah, show the good
Show the
people.
people.
Those are string through holes for the bridge.
And we ripped those right off of the Flying V template and put them into service on
There
the
you go.
prostitute.
I think you did it again.
No, I think it's
No,
still,
it's still
regular.
swinging.
That's a ghost.
It is.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. that guitar is gonna sing.
Uh-huh.
You get it moving, it just keeps going. And then the top is this really cool dark blue, almost purple in certain light.
Yep. It's $95 blue.
Yeah.
Because it costs $95 for
8 ounces.
8
or
ounces
something like
of it.
that.
It's really expensive.
Yeah, it was
paint.
really expensive. And it's really neat color. You can't really tell now because it's all scuffed back.
But you guys
It's
will
got
see it this week.
Lots of pearl and lots of
Reveal,
metallic.
reveal.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is going to be
Yeah.
one of the guitars. Actually, we've got all the parts for that, so don't be surprised when the reveal happens for that very soon.
Yeah,
Not
that'll happen this week.
this Friday, but very soon.
You know
So
what you have to do after you put a bunch of clear on it?
you have to wet sand and buff.
Sand and
Yeah.
sand. And then you have to buff and buff and buff.
Mhm.
Things you don't have to do with oil finishes.
No.
That's what separates the really nice looking guitars from the
Yeah.
oh,
From the homemade guitars.
yeah.
Yeah. Mike did a couple other ones. We'll show you those as we go, in the future. They're a couple of Challengers that have black pinstriping, and they're wild, right?
Yeah, they're really cool. It was fun to watch him because he didn't map anything out.
Nope.
He doesn't actually like to draw. He just stripes from within. Yep. And he just starts going, and next thing you know, it's really cool, and you go,
Yeah.
oh, and then you give him another one, and he does something
Yeah.
similar but completely different on the next
wacky.
one.
And then
Yep.
and then he hands you the brush and says, "Here, you try." And
yeah,
it's
and you
like,
go,
"Oh, yeah, I'm not good at
well, that's pretty good.
So if you guys want to learn a little bit about or not airbrushing, but pinstriping and gold leaf work, we showed you one of the guitars that Mike did. You can go to the website right now, and there's no pictures up, but it's just pinstriping and gold leafing with Mike Learn. Click the buy now. It's $9.99. Since it's not the live class is $19.99, but when you watch it in the simulcast form, when you watch a rerun, it's only $10. And the cool thing is you can watch that class as many times as you want. So,
You can slow it down.
yep, you can back it up. You can speed it up. Yeah.
And one of the funniest things you can do to any of these videos is slow all of us down 50%. You can actually watch it back and click the settings and
Can you slow it down?
slow
I
it
think you
down
can speed it up.
50%.
Okay.
And it is hilarious.
Okay.
To hear us
Or you can
talk.
get a great screenshot and just hit pause like
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis in Trading Places.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
everybody wants that.
Hey, man.
Doug Santiello.
Our classes are good.
Doug Santiello
Hey, Doug.
said, I thought you were going to include the Les Ply in Brian's medical bills. Do a raffle.
That's a great topic, Doug. We are still waiting on Dylan to spearhead that one.
We were under the impression that he was going to spearhead
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I think where it was the last time you saw it is where it is
Where
now.
it is now. It's still hanging
on
up
the
over
wall.
there,
A couple
and
people
yeah.
have played it, but that's all that guitar has done since you were here.
Yeah. So I think Dylan was going to do something with that, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll send him a message and see what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, something else has been going on recently that probably distracted
Some other
everybody.
thing,
from-
yeah. And
I don't remember what
to
it
be
was
honest,
now.
and I think maybe this is why Dylan didn't do it before too, was it may have interfered.
Yeah, we didn't want to detract from
Yeah.
the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So moving right along to more online classes, the one for December has a component that a couple of people have asked me for, and we don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're throwing it out there. Someone said, "What if you had a kit that you guys sold and then did a class about the kit or something like that?" Does that make sense?
mm-hmm.
So what I came up with was a neck kit and a video that has works with this neck kit. Now this is kind of where my idea for the kit. It's a maple neck with a maple fretboard. It's basically a Strat heel. As you can see there, it's a little roundier than the Telecaster one. So this will fit a standard Strat. The holes for the tuners are already drilled, and the headstock is the right thickness. It does have, kind of a thing here where you guys could make whatever headstock shape you wanted, or if you want it to be,
Leave it
you
just
could
like
just
that.
leave it as is.
Pretty rad.
You could sharpen it.
The cleaver.
Your
This-
guitar will kill.
Will kill.
It will cut.
This neck is not quite done. It hasn't been radiused yet. I want to put a radius on all these necks before, but that's it. So you'll get something very close to this with a radius board, as well as the frets. Now they won't be pressed in. You'll have to press them in, and we'll do that in the class. And then we will profile the neck using tools that you might already have or are very, very easy to get.
Cheap even.
Cheap even. I think for less than $15 you could.
Could we change that to affordable?
Yeah, we could. You could get these tools very affordably, or if you wanted to get cheap versions, you could. How about that? You could get good ones that aren't very expensive, or you could get okay ones that are just like. I think the rasps and planes that we use, I think you could get for under $20 on Amazon. We'll of course provide links to all that stuff too, and we'll make 13 cents off that deal. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to gauge y'all's interest in this class, because the deadline to sign up for the class is December 5th. Because what we have to do then is we have to make all the necks, all the neck kits, and ship them out so that you can. And I think the class is on the 17th, 2 weeks away from the, or maybe it's the 19th. I can't.
2 weeks after
2
the
weeks
deadline.
after.
So
yeah,
does
from
everyone get the
deadline.
exact same kit? They can't ask for different
No, this is
what it is.
it's just what it is, because my goal is to have 25 people signed up for this class and make 25 of these necks. If someone, you can't really freestyle with it. Well, I want a Telecaster one. Well, we're not doing that.
Well, and if it's your first neck, you don't want to spend a lot of money
Yeah.
on really good wood, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's good wood.
Yeah. Well,
No,
that's
I mean
true.
like
Yeah.
expensive wood.
Yeah, if
like-
someone calls and says, I want flame maple or I want this,
you don't want to do that on your first neck.
it's just the plain stuff that we get from Guitar Wood Experts. It's excellent lumber and it's good stuff. The class with materials is $199. So that is a 2-hour video where we profile the neck and press in frets. We can talk about inlay and side dots during the class as well. And you get the neck kit that Chris and I make here in the shop. So this is not, a sucky thing that is part of an $80 whole kit from somewhere that may or may not be good. This is actual good stuff. And I stand by that. There's a shipping cost to get this to you, and it's going to be different for everybody, especially if someone from overseas wants to do this. If you are,
Like Canada?
well, I don't think you have to go overseas to get to Canada, maybe over lakes.
That was a joke.
But yeah, so it takes a while to get that stuff there. So if you are in, where's the guy who sent it? Denmark, Finland,
Oh yeah, Finland.
Holland.
Yeah.
Someone said that we have a lot of people in Holland who watch us. I'm like, one guy makes his whole family watch these videos. I think.
That's the entirety of our viewing audience is
Maybe.
one family.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, yeah. So maybe he has a big family.
Maybe.
So if you guys are interested in this, let me know what you think. Am I close here? Am I off base? Let me know what you guys think. Right now, it's we're on course to do it, and
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
And lots of people have always wanted to learn how to shape their own neck. Every build your own guitar class that we've ever taught here in person, at the end of the 5 days, we always say, what was your favorite part? And always, every guy is like,
Yeah.
neck day was my favorite part. It was the hardest day.
Mm-hmm.
I worked harder in that day than any other day, but it was my favorite because I always wondered if I could do it, and now I know I can. And we're
And-
going to teach it exactly the
Yeah.
same way.
Well, we're gonna eliminate some of the steps.
Well, yeah,
that are
well,
like
yeah,
so. Like we're gonna do the
As far as
headstock
the
scoop.
shaping,
So
as far as the shaping of the back of the neck.
you'll be able to do everything at your house with hand tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is, like, if you got some time over the Christmas holiday, and you got that one day when nothing's really going on, and you've already seen that movie that's out, you get some time and you go out into the garage, and you crank up the radio and you watch the video and you shape a neck with Matt and Chris.
Play at home game.
It's exactly the play at home game. Yes,
Alana
ma'am.
got a lot to say.
Hey.
Says, so are you saying with the net class you can get something nice? If so, I'm highly likely in.
You could get
Yes.
something nice.
You can get a nice
Hey, Alana got a lot to say. You could get something nice. Yeah. So, how much does it cost to get like just a neck that you just buy it and bolt it on and do $175 from like Warmouth or something?
For for something American made.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American, like in your own yard, if you're not in
Yeah.
like Holland or Ireland or Argentina
That's right. Yeah.
or Brazil.
So
or
so
New Zealand or
for
Australia.
right around that same money, you can have something nice and you can learn how to do it yourself and you
Yeah.
can build the confidence and know
Yeah.
what it takes to make a guitar neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But other than that, guys, I would like to hear what you guys are interested in seeing from online training. I have a lot of fun with that, and I hope that everyone else does. Remember, there's a lot of archive videos from online training where we did the Mud Flap Girl Daily Driver, the Dylan Talks Tone, Wind Your Own Pickups. Of course, hot rod pinstriping and gold leafing techniques with Mike Learn. We just did. That was wildly fun. Alana got a lot to say was there. And Mike is very relaxing.
He is.
Yes. We talked about how watching Mike is almost hypnotic.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Especially when you throw in a bunch of turpentine.
Yeah, a bunch of turpentine, a bunch of beer. Actually,
I didn't have
you
any
didn't have
beer.
any beer.
I didn't have any
Yeah.
beer until after the
Turpentine's like
until
fading
after
away.
the turpentine. Yeah. No,
The
until
turpentine
after
smell lingered in the
we,
shop for
shot it. Yeah.
days.
There's a
after
thing
that.
I like to watch, like stupid. It's called Primitive Technology,
Mm-hmm.
and these people, somebody just goes out in the woods and sets up a camera and builds a mud hut, and doesn't
Mud
say
hut.
a freaking word. You just watch this
Huh.
guy like build a mud hut.
That's
or
cool.
whatever. Yeah.
So let's see. Moving forward, some other people have been like, "Hey, when are you going to add more classes?" So as of last night, I added
In-shop classes.
in-shop classes. That's right. Hey, when are you going to add more in-shop classes? I push a lot of air. I get tired during these live things. In-shop classes, I added 3, one for October, one for November, and I think we skipped December, but did one right away early in January. So the very first one in October is going to be Build a Classic Telly. Very popular class that you come in and basically you build. Let me reach up and let me roll up onto the sidewalk and get one. You build a guitar, a body that looks like this, and you build a neck from something kind of like this, and you press in the frets. You do all the electronics, you do all the fret leveling and dressing, you cut a nut, you put strings on it, and you rock out. And then you start on Monday, and by Friday afternoon, you're playing a guitar that you made. And it's very, very fun. And there's, Telecasters are classic. They're just cool. And we call this the Daily Driver, but for the class we say build a classic Telly.
Yeah.
Because people know what that is. So I don't think these are ever not going to be cool.
No.
There's going to be newer stuff, but
Yeah.
Prince would agree with you.
Prince, Bruce.
Bruce also said Texas Toast. That's cool.
Oh, that's right.
He said that. That's a direct
That is
quote.
actually a quote from
quote.
Bruce Springsteen. A guy who used to be a friend of ours went and got Bruce Springsteen's autograph, and he was wearing his Texas Toast shirt, and Bruce Springsteen said, and I quote, "Texas Toast, that's cool." So anyway, so Telecasters, Daily Drivers, build your own It's got the finish and everything. It's a neat guitar.
Yeah, they are. And it's the perfect guitar to build for the first-time builder.
Yep. November class is Build a Classic Strat. Hold on. Let me get one.
Don't do it.
How come?
I don't care. Do it.
Okay. You have to vamp for a little while. Build a Classic Strat. So this is well, everybody knows what a Strat is, so this is what a Strat is. So you could build something like this. It'll be the guitars that you build will be, top route with a pick guard, 3 pickup, trem, neck, etc. And you'll do everything. You'll shape the body. You'll use the pin router. You'll do all this stuff. You'll do the jack and the pickups and the controls, the neck pocket. You'll do the forearm contour and the belly cut, and of course all of the neck stuff you will do too. Hold on, let me put it back. And okay, now I can try to get back in my chair again. So November, I'm not sure when it is, but it actually falls on my birthday. The week falls on my birthday. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys what day that is, but if you want to build a classic Strat with the guys at Texas Toast and you want to celebrate my birthday, the November class is the one to do.
Casa Bonita still has not reopened.
Really?
Correct.
God, that's a bummer.
There's talk that it may never reopen.
Oh, man.
What a bummer that would be. Huh?
What if it's my birthday? What if it's my 50th birthday and I don't get to go to Casa Bonita?
You're going to have to go to some other crappy Mexican joint.
and then just jump off a cliff?
Yeah, we're in the right neighborhood. Yeah.
Luckily.
We could go to the place, since you're a boatist, we could go to the place. That's not the same.
It's not the same, but we could add a diving
water.
component.
We could, yeah.
Los Tres Pendejos?
See.
Yeah. Okay, so Build a Classic Telly and Build a Classic Strat are kind of our primer, our essential classes that we do. And they're wildly fun. If you haven't used a power tool since, junior high shop class 30 years ago or more, Build a Classic Telly and Build a Classic Strat are perfect for you. I went ahead and added another class that I am really, really excited about. This is a more advanced class, and I'm calling it Build a Set Neck Guitar. And I have an example of what you will build right here.
This is a 5-day class as well.
Also a 5-day class, but you will build this. In 5 days, you will have something like this. And it is a mahogany back, mahogany neck, set neck guitar with a rosewood fretboard and a maple top. You will bind the edge of the body. You'll bind the neck. You'll press in all the frets. I want everyone to do the Gibson style binding with the little nubs. That's something that we'll work on. And that's going to be a lot of work. And there's no prerequisite for this class, but I want everybody who comes to kind of have at least a basic understanding of woodworking and how tools work and what, things like scale length are and things like, how to, what goes where. So building a classic single cutaway set neck guitar is a class that I've been wanting to do for a while. I didn't know quite how to do it, and now we figured it out the way. The only downside to the class, which I don't think is a downside at all, actually, is it does not include a finishing component. There's so much stuff to do in 5 days. We thought, well, people have been asking for this kind of thing. How can we do it? And the only way to do it is not include a finishing component. So this class is available. You guys can sign up for this class or any of the other classes right now. And we look forward to seeing you. Oh, this one, you do everything. You show up and there's a pile of lumber. And that's it. And in 5 days, you take a pile of lumber and turn it into this.
There you go.
Sounds cool, right? And you will use all sorts of neat tools. What do you think, Chris? Here, what do you think of this guitar?
Well, I like it.
Yeah.
And
one of your first guitars was a Les Paul style, was it not?
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. It's this is so much more advanced
Yeah.
than assemble than the build your own telly.
Then build a
class.
telly, yeah.
Yeah, not that because there's nothing wrong with the build your own telly class.
love
It's
it.
a great place to start. But there's just so much more work in something like this.
If you are hesitant to come to one of our classes because it's too basic, build a telly. All right, I challenge you to take this one. I think you will be pleasantly surprised with the amount of effort that it takes to do this, and I guarantee you will be exhausted at the end of every day. I know I will be. So yeah.
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots
We're
of
gonna
work.
get worked on this
Yeah.
one.
Yes, ma'am.
Carl Kraft said that.
Hey, Carl.
I'm the guy in Wichita that offered my shop.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Kraft is German, by the way.
That's all he said?
yeah.
I'm the guy in Wichita?
yeah.
Why haven't we hung out with Carl?
Because you didn't stop at his fucking shop.
Well,
in
we didn't
Wichita.
know until it was too late. But why?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's been over a year.
Because we haven't been to Wichita since.
Well, it's
and
not like the-
presumably he hasn't been here.
And presumably the highway only goes east. I would love to hang out with Carl though. Yeah, he's got a bunch of cool tools. So yeah, guys, lots of classes are what is one of the things that's on the horizon for Texas Toast Guitars. And I don't want to make this sound like a commercial, but I guess it is. I want to show you guys like some of the things that we've got planned and some of the things you can. If you are one of those people who said, "Hey, I want to come to a class," now you can.
We're gonna have classes.
There's some
gonna have
upsides
lots of classes.
to telling you about classes right now. One, airfare, cheap. Cheap as fuck. I think Southwest will basically fly you anywhere in the country for under $100, right?
I don't know, but I would assume that would be a thing, and you can
Yeah.
buy the ticket now for
Yeah.
next summer
Mm-hmm.
or whenever.
They
You
probably
don't
have
to-
certain dates that these awesome fairs are.
Yeah,
available,
maybe. I'm not
but-
sure how, but we don't know how long the whole lockdown thing is gonna
Yeah.
go.
Well, 102 years ago, it lasted almost 2 years.
There you go. Yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to classes and seeing a bunch of you guys come to the classes. If you can't come here to Texas Toast Guitars, which by the way is in Colorado. I realize that kind of throws people for a loop. We've got the online thing, and that's a cool thing too.
Yeah,
So-
and it's not the same, but it's close.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Chris, in your own words, I'm gonna talk first because you know how I am.
Uh-huh.
But here's what is next for Texas Toast Guitars, and then I want you to tell people what you think too.
Okay.
We're gonna make guitars. That's what we do. This is not Chris and I. This is this is what we do for a living. This is a lifestyle. It's not like we just jump from one exciting guitar fad to the next. We pretty much do this kind of stuff all the time, and it might sound odd to some people that we really kind of buck a lot of those trends. You know what I mean? For, hey, let's make blue double cutaway carved tops that are, I mean, those are cool, but I've never really gotten into them. I've kind of been marched to, I've pranced outside the box, if you will. Yes, ma'am.
Well, a lot of people want to come to the classes.
Mhm.
It's on my bucket list. I want to do this.
I got to
somebody just
check
said-
something off a bucket list the other day.
Well, so class on my bucket list and a trip to the USA out of it.
How cool.
And then J. Pete says he chipped in $5. He said it would be more, but he's saving up for a Texas Toast class.
There you
Awesome.
go.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. That's cool. What do you think? What do you think is next for Texas Toast Guitars, Chris?
Bigger and better things. I think.
Yeah.
I think this next year is going to be
Mm-hmm.
even bigger than this last year, and we're going to build all sorts of cool stuff. We have a bunch of cool stuff in the works now. The one thing that I think maybe a lot of people missed, and not necessarily this core group of people that watch us on the Sunday and is like
They
the
know
hardcore
yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world, our BO guitar, our GGBO guitar.
I like
is
BO guitar.
yeah,
That was
that's,
good.
me too. That's not the only thing we do.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we talked about when we were thinking that thing up was we want to prove that we can do anything.
Yeah.
And I think that gets lost in translation.
Well,
like,
you said-
why would I want a Texas Toast guitar? That thing's stupid. Well, it was sort of supposed to be like over the top and ridiculous
Yeah.
and way more stuff
Yeah.
than anybody would ever need. But it should prove that we can do anything.
Yeah.
And so if somebody
you
watches
know
that
it
video and
doesn't
then
go.
goes, well, can you build a telly?
Yeah, you
Well,
know
yeah.
that I've been getting those emails. Hey, could you guys make me a
Yeah, we can. That's been the whole
Yes.
point. That's been the whole point of everything we've done is, can you? Yes.
Yes.
We can.
Yes.
Watch this.
Yes.
Here's
Hold
the
my
most
beer.
ridiculous thing we've ever done. Metal flake necks with inlay and fabric.
top necks and guitars with 3 necks.
Yeah, and goofy wiring and whatever you want, we can do.
It's funny how many people have told me, like, that's absurd. I would never want that. I would never play the bar down the street with it. You missed the point.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
just missed the point. And my new favorite thing, go on and have a good time.
Yep.
Have a
yep.
good time.
And the guy that did win it is thrilled to get it.
Oh, cool.
He's from Australia.
Oh,
So we get to ship it to Australia.
yeah.
But yeah, he's really excited and,
Awesome.
and he's like, I totally get it. It's right in my wheelhouse.
Awesome.
Oh, he said, it's right in my wheelhouse, mate.
Right,
Mate.
man.
Right then.
Did he call you a top bloke?
Top
No.
bloke.
Then he doesn't really like you.
Right? Well, he doesn't really know me yet. He will soon. Yeah, and yeah.
That's cool. And his name's Scott.
Scott.
Okay. It's not Bruce.
Nope.
I guess that's a popular name in Australia. Yes, ma'am.
Carl Engstrom.
Hey,
Not
Carl.
to be confused with Carl Kraft.
No.
They're both K Carls, by the
Oh,
way.
Carl with a K.
As soon as I'm up for a 2,000-mile road trip, I'll be there for class.
Where do you have to be 2,000 miles away?
East Coast, like is at least 2,000. Like
Okay.
talking like to the actual coast. The
Maybe he's in
shortest
like
point
Maine
would be like
or Vermont.
maybe
Would that be?
2,300.
That's a long
No,
way.
that'd be longer
Okay.
from Maine or Vermont.
Yeah. I drove once from the Baltimore area to Colorado, and that was a long drive. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Doc.
Hey,
for
Doc.
for the beer fun.
Bless you, Doc.
The thing that impressed me most lately was the one day What Would PRS Do video. That was amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because another thing that's on the horizon for Texas Toast Guitars is more of those videos. And in fact, okay, don't quote me on this, guys, but I haven't made the video yet, but I think this week's video is going to be what would Leo Fender do in my shop with a twist. So
Like of lime.
the twist of lime, yeah. So
The tingy tangy taste of lime.
I love the what would Paul Reed Smith do video, and I want to do more of those, but I don't really know. What would Les Paul do? Maybe. What would Ted McCarty do? Maybe. I've got some ideas for what would Leo Fender do, and like I say, you don't hold me to it, but this week or next week will be what would Leo Fender do. By the way, the what would Paul Reed Smith do guitar is in paint right now. So yeah, you'll be seeing more of that one here soon. Is there
Oh,
anything
so
else?
yeah, cheers to Sandor, low budget vid.
Hey.
Yay.
Okay, there were some other things that I wanted to talk about.
Cheap Trick.
Yeah, but there was something else that, collaboration videos. Those are on the horizon for Texas Toast. As you know, we have talked with Brad Angove about doing some collaboration videos. We talked with Dan from Guns and Guitars about doing some collaboration videos. Maybe he wants me to teach him to shoot. I don't know. I got an interesting message from Philip McKnight the other day, who said he would love to do some collaboration videos, and that would be really cool. One thing that he wants to do is like a kind of like a Zoom meeting kind of thing where he gets everybody from the BO on, and we talk about our experiences with the BO, and so that might be something that happens. And Chris, we got the message. I was here, and I'm like, hey, Chris, what do you think of this? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Which, what was that? What?
Can it be a Zoom meeting?
Who would say no to that?
No.
Oh, I don't. That doesn't sound very good.
Anybody who says no to that is a tool.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm throwing it out there. yeah, so we're looking forward to something like that. And you know, I don't know how to make that happen. I don't know how the technology works for that, but I think Philip McKnight.
He does, and I'll bet you
Does.
we can learn from that, and
Yeah.
then maybe do our own someday.
Yeah. He also said he wants to come to the shop and hang out for a while to do some videos from here.
Yeah.
So he also said, you know, I think he lives in Arizona where it's
Uh-huh.
like beautiful all the
Uh-huh.
time.
Yeah.
He actually said that he's a desert rat
Uh-huh.
and he, you know, chases the
I
rat patrol.
I think he actually said he's scared of snow.
He doesn't like snow. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're just really a high desert anyway.
We really are,
Yeah.
but there just so happens to be
This
some cold.
they're saying
days.
this year is we're supposed to get even less snow than we've had
That'd
in
be
the
rad.
in the last few years, which means almost no snow this year.
Yeah.
So
Well, so
here in
so
Denver.
so don't be surprised if you see old Phil McKnight here in the shop. I'm not sure what he wants to do, but that would be a cool thing.
He'd be cool to hang out with.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's always been really nice to us.
He has been.
So.
yeah.
Okay, so you got anything else for what's on the horizon for Texas
No,
Toast?
we got lots of stuff down the road. We got lots of stuff coming up in
Yeah.
the next few weeks.
Yeah.
A little bit more back to normal as far as our
Yep.
normal programming.
Yep.
We don't have to talk about that other thing.
I've got so many
Constantly.
guitars that like people are like, "Hey, what's up with my guitar?" And I got it, dude. We're working on everything, and we're still at about 6 to 8 months for a guitar. So yes, ma'am.
Well, ouch.
Tom L says,
Ouch. Just tell McKnight that the video is a week earlier, due a week
Oh.
earlier than really. I had a friend,
So we can
Bonnie.
get it-
I used to
get
call
it
it
here on
Hawaii
time?
time.
Yeah.
If I wanted Bonnie someplace at 7, I would told her it'd be there at 6:15.
It's like drummers.
Yeah.
"Drummer time." Yeah.
Oh, we're getting together at 4 a.m. Shows up at 7.
Okay, what else we got? We got Cheap Trick.
Lots of shit's been flying around. I don't know if you've been.
I'm sorry, my phone. I'm not. I don't know how to do it. So I'm sorry. Are you monitoring it? Are you
Well, it's been a while.
are you committing
I
it to
mean,
memory?
Oh yeah, my skeevy stoner brain has
My
it all
wife
locked
is so
in.
beautiful and such a skeevy stoner. But yeah.
No, but there's a lot. So it's fire them out. And you know what? Since I learned about this topic yesterday,
Yeah.
I have intermittently given considerable thought
To your favorite
to
Cheap
my
Tricks?
favorite Cheap Trick songs.
So then you should start.
Well, here's the thing. I have a little preface,
Okay.
and that is that I kept changing my mind depending on this intermittent mood where I'd think of it. Depending on my mood, my favorite song changed. Because
Sure.
unlike AC/DC, they don't sound almost all just like.
I
I'm
get
not
that,
throwing
yeah.
shade on AC/DC. I love AC/DC,
Yeah, who
but
doesn't? Yeah.
they're very discernible sounds.
You know, this is not my favorite Cheap Trick songs, but I'm gonna make a lot of people angry here. One of my favorite Cheap Trick songs, if the circumstances are right, is the Flame song. Remember that one that like came out in the '80s? And it was kind of a wuss rock song. The last time I saw Cheap Trick live, it was at Cheyenne Frontier Days, and it was outside, and Blue Oyster Cult opened up for him, and Rudy Sarzo was the bass player for Blue Oyster Cult that day.
That day
Because Rudy Sarzo sort of like
became a whore.
he's like the man.
He's
like
the Billy L. Henshaw of the
Yeah,
bass
yeah.
world.
Billy
Yeah,
L.
yeah.
Henshaw.
So it was outside. It was nighttime. It was summer. It was awesome, and they did that song "The Flame." And every time I watched that as a youngster on MTV back when they had music on MTV, I'm like, what the hell is this? When I saw him do it live at night, and it was like perfect. I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You're such a chick.
Hey.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So Orange
Orange.
ZX10R, dude, on $100.
Hey,
for
thanks.
booze money and to vote for. This is not like the donation on the BO site. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but for voices.
Oh, for voices. Oh, man. We'll have to do some voices.
Oh, us doing voices.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't understand what this is.
What kind of voices? Well,
I always
Chris?
fall to the Southern gentleman voice.
I believe that the allure of the Southern gentleman voice is always practical, and especially so in this circumstance.
I'll tell you what my favorite Cheap Trick song is.
Are we do? Hold Oh, I say, slow down, sir. Hold on, boy. I'm sorry. I went from Selden Hale to Foghorn Leghorn like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Voices?
going first on?
I do believe.
Gonna Raise Hell. No, isn't
Oh.
Voices a Cheap Trick song?
Gonna Raise Hell's a great Cheap Trick song. Absolutely.
Voices?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the question. Am I supposed
That's
to
not
do
a question.
voices? Or
No, I'm pretty sure
is
it's a
is it a
song.
request?
Oh, I think
Is
he
it a
wants us.
song?
I think he wants us to do voices.
Okay.
He or she wants us to do voices.
Okay.
Well,
You know-
you could do that too. So here's another one for She's Tight.
Okay.
someone-
All right. I'm just gonna go because. Is that okay? Can I just dominate the
just-
conversation for a second?
Oh my God, we'll make an exception just this one time.
All right. Cheap Trick has a lot of great songs, as you guys all know. And my vote is also for She's Tight. One, because it rocks.
You just said The Flame.
No, I said that was one of my favorite ones.
Oh.
She's Tight is probably my all-time favorite Cheap Trick song. One, because it rocks. Two, because you can really tell that there's a 12-string bass happening there, even though Joe Brandt was the bass player instead of the original guy. But he's playing a 12-string bass. The video also, Rick Nielsen's playing the 5-string hammer. So everyone's got a hammer. Every guitar is wild. And I love, the kookier the guitar, the better I like it. You know what I mean? And when you see Cheap Trick, Rick Nielsen comes out with a different guitar every song, and he never plays the same guitar twice. So he always drags out the 5-string guitar or the 5-neck guitar because that's part of the band. He drags out the Uncle Rick guitar because that's part of the band. He drags out the Les Paul with the Explorer headstock because it's part of the band. The checkerboard thing.
Checkerboard,
he
Explorer,
drags them all out, and it's so cool because he's a guitar nerd. Like, he's on another level of guitar nerd. Like, we talk about Deke Dickerson and his guitar geek thing.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Gibbons and Rick Nielsen they're on another plane than
Yeah.
Deke Dick. And Deke is
Well, yeah.
like way out in the stratosphere.
I think fame affords you the ability to do that.
Fortune
And-
definitely affords
and
you the
fortune,
ability.
and if
I'll say
there's-
fortune affords you
there's-
the ability, sir.
There's lots of people that would do that. If
What's that mean?
oh god damn it.
Low battery.
Oh, nice.
Still happening?
Always something. It's always going to be something.
All right,
with
here
you,
we
right?
go.
There we
Here
go.
we go.
Sorry.
Sorry about that, you guys.
Forgot to turn on the battery. It's always something with me, isn't it?
It's always something with you, Chris.
You're like
Right.
Joe versus the volcano.
Yeah.
So Ken McGee.
Ken McGee.
Said the soundtrack to his losing his virginity was
Right
The
then.
Flame.
That's a good song then, Ken,
And
isn't
then,
it?
and then Jim Bucket said, "Oh, I liked that song when I was little." Yeah, we get it. We're old and you're
We're-
young. Shut it.
We're old, aren't we?
Gonna Raise Hell.
That's a great song. Dream Police is another great song, but I actually like it when I see my friend Jeff's band play that. So that's kind of got a soft spot for me. But She's Tight, awesome. Steel Panther did a hilarious video with a bunch of big-breasted women in it, which who doesn't like that?
Yep.
Yeah, and there's lots of this motion with the finger in the anyway. So yeah. What, Chris, do you want to pass or play? Mrs. Toast, do you want to pass or play?
Maybe I'm still changing my mind.
Okay.
Well, there's one thing that I keep coming back to more than anything else.
What's that, love?
It's got to be Surrender.
Oh, yeah.
Surrender's a great song. And
fucking
I mean,
tits.
yeah, and I'm yeah,
It's like
it should probably
it's-
rightfully be
it's
the
like
song.
poppy. It's gritty. It's melodic.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Yeah.
talk about Kiss.
It's
Yeah.
a rock
Yeah.
and roll song. Is
Yeah.
what it
Yeah,
is.
it's awesome.
Everything
it's a
about
rock
Cheap
and roll
Trick,
song.
it's easy to like Cheap Trick.
Well,
it's
it is
fun to like Cheap Trick.
But a lot of people aren't hip to Cheap Trick
Yeah.
and don't
Voices
know
is
Cheap
a
Trick.
def-
oh,
is-
okay.
Is
All right.
I would say Def Leppard song.
Def Leppard sucks.
Def Leppard sucks.
Sorry.
We don't actually
wanna-
think Def Leppard sucks, but yeah.
A wham burger and some French fries. Def Leppard sucks. Where are you going?
I still think it hurt Kid Rock's soul to say the words "and Def Leppard sucks."
Def Leppard
I
sucks.
might be wrong, but yeah.
All right, so we got a new one. A lot of votes for Voices.
Okay.
actually. Yeah, and I can't think of what that was.
that-
I guess I
it's-
don't.
It kind of
it's-
sounds familiar, but it's been so
It's
long, and I do
probably
a
one of
lot of
those-
drugs.
Well, and if you look it up, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a new one on the.
Okay.
Let's see what sticks. Downed.
Downed. Okay. Well, let me ask you, Mrs. Toast. Is Surrender one of your favorites because of the
Maybe because of Fast Times.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Yeah.
It
yeah.
might be.
That's kid stuff. Isn't that what she says?
Yeah.
Are you telling me?
That's kid.
Yeah.
You know, the what was it? The magic of
Yeah. The magic
Xander
of,
and
The Majesty.
yeah, the pageantry. Yeah. That's kid stuff.
Mama's all right, your daddy's all right.
You know,
because I
the-
want you to want
Yeah.
me.
Oh, another great song.
That song. That,
Live at Budokan. If you didn't have that, yeah.
Yeah,
then-
there's been a lot of mentions of Live at Budokan,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
One of the when I was a youngster, I kind of like glossed over a lot of the 70s stuff because I was a punk rock kid.
Right.
So one of the first times that I heard Surrender was actually a cover by of Surrender by a band called Big Drill Car, and it was fast and like it was fucking cool, and we got to open up for him at like an art studio in Amarillo, and I'm like, oh, Surrender, yeah, that's that old Cheap Trick song, and so I kind of had to deep dive into Cheap Trick after that, and I was like 16 or something, so that was from years ago, and yeah. All right, Chris, are you ready to go?
Sure.
All right.
I'll just go with because I don't think anybody else is going to mention it, but I think it's a cool song.
Yeah.
Ain't That a Shame?
I love that one.
Which is way cooler than it should be,
Mm-hmm.
and I think most bands wouldn't have done that song justice like they did.
That was really it, because it wasn't like, oh, crappy, this sucks.
Well,
It
yeah,
was-
because it's a Fats Domino rock and roll song
Yeah.
from like '58,
Mhm.
and his version's cool, but it's Fats Domino cool, and they totally changed it, but
And
left
made
just
it-
enough of it.
yeah.
And if you didn't know that it was a cover of a
It
Fats
sounded like a
Domino
Cheap-
song,
a Cheap
it
Trick
sounds like
song,
a Cheap
yeah.
Trick song, yeah,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
and
Totally cool.
Yeah, and they're just a good rock and roll band.
They're
you know?
they're so much fun, and so many quirky things happening with Cheap Trick
Yeah.
too.
Well,
yeah.
and I think in some ways they got kind of stuck between eras because they had, by the time I was aware of what Cheap Trick was, they were old.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
Yeah.
uncool.
Yeah.
And
But they came right around that, like they were around in the 70s.
Yeah.
And they were around in the MTV early days, and
Yeah.
they always had like two good looking guys, and they kind of played off that like, hey, two like cool surfer dudes, and then like
Yeah.
two kind of kooky
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
made fun of themselves for
Uh-huh.
that, and
But
that
I think
was
they
so
missed
much
out
fun.
on a lot of that, 70s kind of, I don't even know what to call it, that's almost 70s glam thing that
Yeah,
happened. They
they-
weren't quite part of that.
Yeah, and they weren't quite video-y enough. They might have
Yeah,
been like in the
yeah.
early days of video where you pumped up the white balance and everything was like super white.
Yeah.
And like those missing person videos.
Yeah.
you mean before Adamant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They had that kind of thing going, and that was super cool. What else, Carrie Ann? What else?
Heaven Tonight,
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
and then pretty much just Budokan is everything. Oh, who was it? Tom? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He said he's got Dokken live at Budokan. Does that count? No, it does not.
No, that's a different live stream, I think. So yeah.
We'll talk about that one next week.
You know what,
Favorite Dawkins songs.
I don't know a Dokken song.
Well, you're gonna have to look them up then.
I'm sure when I hear them, I'll be like, oh, I remember that.
I think Breaking the Chains. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it
Dawkins
doesn't
song.
ring any
Yeah.
bells.
What about Dream Warriors?
That's the one.
And that we are the Dream
Oh,
Warriors.
yeah.
That's the
Dream
song.
Police that will live inside of your head.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dream
that's
Police, Dream
Yep.
Warriors.
Yep. We have to have one more beer.
Sure.
Good
There
God
was a
almighty.
lot of songs about dreams.
There's a
from-
lot of songs about
So
dreams.
is there like Dream Ninja song that I don't remember either?
Dream Ninja.
Yeah, there's Dream Police, there's Dream Warriors,
I don't know.
Dream Ninja, Dream.
There's In Dreams.
Chupacabra,
There's Dream,
Yeah.
Dream
In Dream,
Baby.
yeah.
These Dreams.
These
Wasn't that a heart
Dreams.
song?
Yep,
Yeah.
There's
Oh, I mean just.
All
Dream
I Wanna Do
Weaver.
Is Dream. There's Dream
I
Weaver.
believe you can get me through the night. One thing that I want to do is I want to do like favorite Frank Zappa song, but I'm gonna need to get a new person over here and a new person over there.
I know.
to
I
do
have,
it
I have a
because-
favorite Frank Zappa song.
What is it?
I'm not saying
Oh,
because we're not doing it.
Mrs. Toast hates Frank Zappa.
I don't do those drugs anymore.
Yeah. I'm not a drug person. I never was, and I love Zappa. Yeah.
Some of it, I never have been. See, I never had any older brothers or sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any older. I had cousins, but I didn't hang out with them.
Yeah.
To get. I never had anybody that was slightly older than me.
Like
that
an older
had-
uncle that
That had good taste in. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I had an uncle who gave me music, and that's where my Beach Boy and
Okay.
Jan and Dean and stuff like that came
So
from.
he wasn't like
So-
5 or 6 years old.
No, he was
okay,
way older. And I just never had anybody like that like turned me on to
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And so yeah, I missed out on a lot of things
Yeah.
because I didn't have friends that were into or whatever
Yeah.
into that stuff. So
Tony Drozjak was like Frank Zappa, titties and beer.
Oh God, I love that one. Yep.
And I say that a lot. You would think that I actually liked Frank Zappa when I'm like, oh
I'm
man,
a
that's
little
tits
surprised
and
you
beer.
don't like Frank Zappa. Yeah.
I used to.
I think you kind of got to be a guitar nerd to be into Zappa,
you think?
or you just got to be a music nerd.
The funny
too.
thing is, when I listen to music, I don't necessarily listen to the guitar.
okay.
I listen to the band as a whole, and then maybe if I really like it, then I can nerd out on the guitar a little
Ike
bit.
Willis is the man.
But so yeah, so Zappa is, and it's just so bizarre, and some of the stuff, I'll just be sitting there working, listening to Zappa, and I'll go, "Did he just say?" And Matt will go, "Yes, he did."
Yes, he did.
And I'll go, okay, cool.
So one of
Yeah.
my probation officers had a Frank Zappa poster on his wall,
Uh huh.
and I thought he was going to be cool. He was a prick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe that's what soured me from Frank.
Maybe, yeah.
I walked in, I'm like, oh, thank God. And then he was a fucking douche face.
Wow, that sucks.
Maybe
we
it
should-
wasn't his office.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe-
it was his
maybe it
office.
wasn't
I've
his
been in there
poster.
more than once.
Maybe it wasn't his poster.
Frank Zappa is one of those bands, or one of those composers, because he really was. You kind of got to deep dive into it. And I think headphones are a good idea, not the earbuds,
The big 80s one with
but the headphones are really make a difference, and it allows you to look at stuff that you don't, or you listen to stuff that you don't normally hear all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Sort of like some of our guitars.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
You don't even realize it at first glance.
That's right. That's right.
Those fingerboards are what?
Do what now?
Huh? Impractical.
Totally impractical.
What could you possibly play on that? Everything you could play on a piano. That guitar had
Still does.
has a piano's worth of
Yeah.
of stuff.
That guitar had so many crazy octave levels. That,
Yeah, I think it actually went higher than a piano.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, if you could, although those notes were inaccessible.
Inaccessible according to some dude.
But yeah,
well.
yeah, totally impractical.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us this Sunday. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you, and it's always a lot
That's
of fun
it.
hanging out with. Dude, it's like
I
5
know,
after all.
I know, I see it. There's
Oh yeah, we
there's
have a
the
clock up there. The hour goes by fast,
It does, especially
It's-
when you start talking.
which, as you know, if you hang out with me for any amount of time, it doesn't take long.
And I just sort of zone out, and then I look and go, oh.
So we'll see you next Sunday live at 5 Mountain Time. We've got a lot more stuff to talk about. And you know me, I've always got something to talk about. If you guys, again, if you're interested in any of the online stuff, please check it out. Go to the website and feel free to send me a message. If you send me a message from the website, it won't get into my spam folder, and you can tell me how uncool or how cool my website is. And yeah, let me know what you think. Check it all out. And you might want to be the second person in the world to read my blogs. They're wildly entertaining.
They actually are.
How do you know?
Because I've read them.
You haven't read any of them.
I have.
What's your favorite one? And there's only one right answer, and it's what your Les Paul says about you.
Oh, yeah.
That was an early one.
I
Remember
actually
that?
read that one.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was funny. I think that might be one of the first, if not the first one. What your Les Paul says about you. So anyway,
My favorite was the one entitled "Why You Like to Fart."
that's a good one. I didn't do that one, but I do like to fart.
Coming soon.
Coming soon to a blog near you. Guys, again, thanks for watching. Check out the classes. Check out all the guitars. We got a cool reveal coming up on Friday. We got so much neat shit. I've got, follow us on Instagram. I'm going to try to post some stuff, maybe even later today. I don't know what else to say. This is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you, if you're so smart, build it yourself. Life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar. Check out our good friends at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Tell them Texas Toast sent you. We'll see you in a week, if not before. Thanks for watching, y'all.
See ya, everybody.